So Omni-Free Zero, which is your polymer-based zeros on the inside of your sleeve, which you guys had the opportunity to test last year, right? Yeah. You want to do another demo for us today? Just slide that on your arm.
Just set it?
Yep, just like that. So you want the zeros on the inside, which you have, and then we will simulate moisture. So through sweat activation or through any water activation, we'll wet down the sleeve, and you'll see the polymer rings will actually appear larger where it's wet versus where it's not. And what it is because the ring is actually absorbing the moisture, and when it comes in contact with moisture, it's a molecular reaction that causes a cooling release. So as long as the polymer is wet, it will continue to cool the surface of the fabric, which will in turn cool the surface of the skin. So you can let it dry out, and the cooling will subside when the fabric dries and the zeros dry. All you have to do to reactivate it is to get it wet again, either through dunking it in water or sweat and perspiration activates it. So it'll never stop doing what it's supposed to do. There's a lot of other stuff out there in the marketplace that are chemical reactions. That's a big differentiator for us. We're not a chemical. So we're a polymer reaction, so there's no chemical reaction happening. The ones that are chemically activated, once they get wet and saturated, they work for about 15 minutes, and then they stop working until it completely dries, and then you can reactivate it by getting it wet again. This will just continue to work as long as it's going. All right, so Columbia makes all kinds of apparel, accessories. You know, we'll have it in basic tech tees, or ones with extra zones like I'm wearing now. An extra zone with an extra moisture wicking technology on the inside to move moisture faster, to fishing shirts, button-up shirts, hats, headbands, neck gaiters, that sort of stuff, right? So we do a nice wide variety. There's probably 20 or so styles of men's, 20 or so styles of women's, plus your accessories. So I'll have Omni-Free Zero. And an attainable price point. I mean, a tech tee at $40 that's loaded with technology like that is very competitive to a standard just polyester, right? So other things that Zero product has with it, it's antimicrobial. It's quick drying. As you can tell, your sleeve has already started to dry. It's been wet for a minute or so. Another 2 or 3 minutes, that'll be close to dry because the evaporation rate is so fast. So as soon as you stop your activity and your body cools down and you stop sweating, the fabric's going to dry and you can use it back stink-free because it's antimicrobial as well. In addition, it's UPF rated. So all of our Omni-Free Zero products are UPF 50. So protecting you from the harmful rays for sunburn as well as the harmful rays for your skin cancer, right? UVA and UVB. So that's the second part we talk about is Omni-Shade, which is our own proprietary sun protection. So we will not stamp UPF on any of our garments unless it's a UPF 30 or higher. That's the baseline. That's what the scientists have said. That's like the best starting point and up. So we range a lot of 30, 40, and 50 UPF rating. UPF meaning that it reflects and it'll absorb and then reflect the UVA and UVB rays. Alright, so the biggest question we get from customers, well, why would I wear that shirt to protect me from the sun? I can just put on sunscreen. Biggest difference is sunscreen only protects from UVA, which is your sunburn ray, but it doesn't protect you from skin cancer. So 1 in 7 people in the country will develop some sort of skin cancer in their lifetime, as well if they're not protected from the sun. So 85% of Columbia's line, from shirts to bottoms to accessories, across the range of kids, women's, men's, 85% of our line has a level of UV protection of 30 or higher. Okay? Any questions? No? Pretty straightforward, right?
Yep. Nice and simple.
Nice and simple.
I wear the PFG shirts for fishing.
Yeah, and then you've got the extra flip-up collar and everything else.
Yeah, this just keeps it off my neck, and then I can wet it, put it around.
Right. So, you know, that's a great thing to do with the gaiters or with the bandanas.
Yeah, cover my whole face, my
Dunk
head.
them in the water and activate this. Basically, it super activates it because you soaked it. Now it's going to take longer for it to dry, so as long as it's wet, it's going to continue that cooling. Just wrap it around your neck or pull it on your face or whatever you got to do, and while you're doing that, you're protecting yourself from the sun. All cool.
Good shirts, very nice and light.
Super light, dries fast. For me, the antimicrobial is the best part. You know?
Right.
I can head out for 3-day hike or something and bring very little with me because it doesn't stink. It just keeps working and working. I mean, you obviously got to wash your stuff when you get home, but nothing worse than having to carry extra long garments that you don't need.
Yeah,
So it's a big advantage there for sure.
definitely.